Christopher, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Paul. Our first guest albums have sold over 200 million copies. Hard to fathom, 200 million copies. And this is her newest, soon-to-be-released blockbusters entitled Confessions of a Dance Floor. Huh? I'm sorry, Confessions on a Dance Floor. And it'll be available November 15th. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Madonna. You look great.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you
Thank you very much for being here. You know, I was just looking at some stuff over here. Tell me about this. This is just stunning. And before we show the picture, will you honestly tell me if this represents the way your life is, or is this just something you did for the magazine? Because if this really is the way your life is, congratulations.
Really?
Nice going.
Do you mean that?
Well, look at how appealing this is. First of all, it couldn't be a lovelier scene.
There's only one thing that's not true about it.
What's that?
I never feed the chickens in high heels.
Oh, well, you know, that was my favorite part.
Really? Because heels sink into the grass.
But this is your home?
That is, well, it's one of my homes.
Oh,
not bragging or anything.
Yeah. And where is this located?
It's in the countryside of England.
It's just beautiful there. And
It is.
this house is like 300 years old, something like that?
Yeah, it was built in 16-something.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. But we live in the laundry house. That's the laundry house.
This is the laundry house we're looking at here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I'm very, I'm a simple girl from the Midwest.
So now, wait a minute. So there is a larger house, too, on the property?
No, it was taken down by the grandson of the man who originally built it, because I think he fell on hard times. You understand that feeling.
Oh, do I ever.
I think we can both share that.
But now the chickens, was it?
No, wait, I didn't finish the story. He fell on hard times, and so he took the house apart and sold the bricks.
Oh.
It's kind of tragic.
And then you came in and were able to secure the laundry house.
Yes.
How long have you lived in the laundry house?
I managed to figure out how to use the washing machine.
Well, that's all right.
What would you say?
I don't
Laundry
know.
house? I don't know.
But the chickens now, are those actually your chickens?
Yes, we have 21 chickens.
What do do they lay eggs?
They do.
Yeah.
Yep, sometimes they lay chickens. I didn't mean to say that.
How are
I've turned over a new leaf.
No, you're fine. Relax. How are the kids? They're like 8 and 5, something like that? 9
and 5.
9
yeah.
and 5.
Yeah.
A boy and a girl?
Yeah. How are your kid?
My kid is fine. Soon he's going to be 2 years old in about a week. Yeah.
Have you bonded with him yet?
Well, yeah. What do you mean have I bonded with him yet? No, I hardly ever see him.
Yeah.
No, of course we're very close.
What do you do together?
Well, we go to the park and stuff.
Really? He's not in diapers anymore, right? He's 2.
He is in diapers. Yeah, we're trying to talk him out of diapers.
That means you're not a very attentive parent.
Well, see,
after 2, they have to be out of diapers.
Well, that's kind of how I feel about it. I would say I've done all I can do.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's a technique that they use.
Yeah, now here's what I do.
Just don't put the diaper on them.
Don't put the diaper on them.
And let them live with their mistakes.
And they will clean up after themselves?
My parenting... Well, they will be so disgusted with the fact that they've, that they don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
No, my parenting skills have come under a lot of scrutiny lately. So.
You're a very strict parent, aren't you?
That's what people say.
And give us an example of things that people suggest might be strict about your rearing of the kids.
Well, that I don't let them watch television.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think
television
so.
is crap.
It is. Well, there are obviously exceptions to that, but my kids are usually asleep by the time your show comes on.
Oh, God bless you. That's very nice of you to say.
Flattery will get me everywhere.
Now, listen.
Wait a minute. I have to ask you a question.
Go right ahead.
Is my necklace on straight?
Whoa, now it is. There we go.
I like the bass pulsing.
Yeah.
It's nice touch there.
That's fun. Now, what do you think about the video games? Kids playing video games?
That hasn't entered into my lexicon yet.
Mm-hmm. And are you worried about when it might come in?
Well, they only play video games when you buy them for them.
That's right. But as they grow older, I guess the concern is one, the addiction to just stare at an electronic screen like that, and two, maybe violence. Now, do you think that has an effect on children?
I think it does, but I think boys are naturally violent before you expose them to anything.
Really?
And I think that's just your nature. Yeah.
But I think it's better that the kids live a life like feeding chickens than playing video games, don't you think?
Yeah, but we don't live all the time in the countryside.
Yeah, so.
Of
course. But it's nice to expose them to that part of existence.
Nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nature, but nature's violent. I mean, you see these incredible birds come swooping down through the sky and attack, like rabbits and chickens. You know, we've lost a few chickens to some falcons.
That's right. They're raptors.
Yeah. So nature can be. Nature is very violent, and as you know, I got thrown from a horse.
Well, yeah, that was ugly too. You actually broke bones, didn't you?
I actually broke bones. I heard you fell.
I did not fall. I was thrown.
Okay.
I was launched. I was launched. There's a difference. Were you thrown or did you fall?
I want to commiserate with you then.
It's very unpleasant because for a couple of seconds you have no idea where you are.
This is true, and actually that was quite pleasant for me because I usually.
Well, now that you mention it, it wasn't bad for me either.
No, you know what? I mean, because you can look back at these things and have a laugh, right? But the one thing I really enjoyed about falling off a horse was the fainting part, because when you faint and then you wake up, it's like. It's such a drag when you wake up. You know what I mean? And you think, let me just get back to that feeling I had when I fainted, when everything was beautiful.
Maybe you need to talk to someone. Your necklace fell out. Thank you.
I like the asymmetry of it.
Yes, it keeps going to magnetic south. We'll be right back with Madonna, everybody. Here, Confessions on a Dance Floor. Yesterday in the newspaper they had this headline about teenagers. They had a poll, and most teenagers didn't think that oral sex was sex. And in my office, this triggered an enormous day-long debate. Who's right on this?
Just thinking about sex is sex.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are what you think.
Yeah, but see, here was the thing. People said, no, oral sex is not oral sex.
Well, that's what Bill Clinton said.
And I would say, well, what is oral sex? And they would say, just fooling around.
Oh.
Well, I mean, isn't that the category under which all activity takes place, for God's sakes?
It's all fooling around.
We were just fooling around.
Yeah,
look out.
sure.
Hello. So what else is going on? You know, tell us about this horse thing. What were you doing when you got tossed?
I was thinking about what I wanted to have for lunch.
Minding your own business.
No, well, it wasn't my horse. I stupidly got on a horse that wasn't mine. And that's a very big lesson.
And how much experience had you had on a horse riding?
I've been riding for about 8 months. Not very long.
You're kind of a beginner then, aren't you?
No, I don't think of myself as a beginner. Whenever I do something, I usually excel at it.
Yeah. I've been riding a horse for about 4 or 5 years, and I still think of myself as a beginner.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you have a different personality than I do.
Well, I feel like, and thank God for it. But I feel like every time I get on a horse, I learn something new. And usually if the mistake is made, the horse makes very few mistakes. It's usually me who makes the mistakes.
Did you piss your horse off?
Yeah, well, he didn't like the way. You know, I think in retrospect, I should probably not have been carrying the gun.
Gun, yes. When you ride a horse, do you wear riding gear, like proper riding attire? Because I think it's very sexy.
I wear what I have on now.
No. You crack yourself up, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Now, have you been?
No, but I mean, I love like men in riding breeches and those nice tall boots.
No, I don't wear that.
You don't wear that?
No.
This nicely fitted coat.
No.
The riding crop?
No, I'll tell you what I look like. You remember Dale Evans?
Isn't he the sausage guy?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He was the sausage guy. But now, have you been on a horse since you got tossed?
No, because my record company is not very keen on the idea of me injuring myself.
Well, I understand that.
And
how do you feel about it?
Well, I have a bit of excitement tainted with fear.
Mm-hmm, some trepidation.
Yes.
But maybe you notice this. We have horses outside, and that little tiny one is yours.
I don't want a tiny one. I want the big one.
So okay.
I want the prettiest one, and I want the best horse.
Uh-huh. And the one
Don't
on the
give me
left
that
is
little
mine
one.
is Widowmaker. That's the horse I'll be on. And I don't know. Would you like to try and get back on the horse? That's what you got to do, when you get tossed.
But I'm wearing high heels.
Well, so am I. All right, we'll see what happens. We'll be right back with Madonna on 53rd Street, everybody. This is tie-dye. Is that the horse's name? You all right?
Is it a boy or a girl?
And it's a
Okay,
boy.
good. I don't like girl
Who is this again? Soda Pop. All right.
Soda Pop.
Let's see if we can.
Oh, Dave, you did that so beautifully.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, ho. All right, let's go. You ready to go? Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah, be careful.
No cantering,
First
okay?
one to the river. 2 hands. Here we are. How about this? Easy,
This
easy,
is
easy.
crazy.
You feel all right?
I feel all right, yeah.
It's like the parade.
I'm a bit worried about my high heels, but
Lovely. There we go. Here we go. Just a little. Easy, 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 easy. Ho, 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 ho.
whoa,
My
horse.
God.
Whoa, horse.
It's kind of
Your
fun.
horse is freaking my horse out.
All right, let me see if I can get over here. Come on, buddy. Come on, over here a little bit.
Is yours a girl? No, yours
Boy.
a boy.
This is very nice, don't you think? Lovely evening for a ride. This
Yes.
is not bad.
Let's add this to my list of reckless things I've done this year.
How do you do? Thank you.
Anything
Folks,
for
thank you. Good. How are you? All right, is that it?
Going back to work
Okay,
now.
we'll be right back. The lovely Madonna, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Very courageous.